So when we really want something, sometimes all we can think about is the end result or just having that thing already. And meanwhile, it's really great to know what you want, because that can be really hard for a lot of us to get to that point to begin with. Just knowing what you want and being focused on the end result, sometimes you might not actually know what you want for sure until you've done a little bit of digging. So the best way to figure out if it's really what you want is to, once you've gotten the idea, so let's say for example, I want to be a business owner, and you can make that exactly what type of business. So I want to be a yoga instructor. I want to have my own yoga franchise or my own yoga studio, and I want to own my business and teach yoga. Okay, so if that's really what you want, okay, so what you're going to do after that you've come up with your goal, you're going to want to research people who have already accomplished this goal, and then you're going to want to see what kind of steps did it take, what did you have to do, who did you have to become to achieve this goal and to be successful with it. And then once you've done that research and you've really figured out the step-by-step process that it took for that person to achieve that goal that you have for yourself, what does that make you feel? When you hear that step-by-step process, does it make you feel really excited? Does it make you feel like that is something I would absolutely love to do? Or when you hear about all the things that you would have to do or encounter or experience to achieve what it is that you have in mind, does it kind of make you feel disappointed? Does it make you feel like, oh man, I really don't want to do that? That's not really something I'm into. And so if you're feeling really excited about it, then chances are that that goal that you have in mind and you think you're going to fall in love with the process of becoming or achieving that goal, chances are good that that's a life purpose. That is something that's going to bring a lot of meaning to your life. That's something that's going to make you feel really good, really happy, and I'm going to help you add to that at the end of this video. But I want to touch on, if you have a goal in mind, and when you think about the process of achieving this goal, and it doesn't make you feel good, it's kind of disappointing, don't subject yourself to it. There are so many different things that you can do, and if the process of doing the thing that you think you want to become doesn't sound appealing to you, I promise you that there is something else that will sound appealing to you, and you will want to chase that dream way more than you ever would if you went with something that didn't make you feel good when you thought about having to break it down and taking the steps to get there. So when I started my healing journey, I was like obsessed with the idea of becoming a monk. I was like, I want to be a monk. I want to read tarot cards. I want to do all of this stuff. I want to be a Reiki healer. I want to do all of these things. And meanwhile, I may accomplish all of these things. I had a lot going on. I had a lot of goals, a lot of things in mind. So I had to start breaking them down into smaller sections and just focusing on one thing at a time. And then I had to start doing research about, okay, well, how do monks live? What do they do? How did a tarot reader's journey begin and end in the middle? Like, I had to figure out everything. And when I realized what these people had to do and how they lived and the things that they had to learn and overcome and experience for themselves, I was super, super excited for all of that. But, like I said, you can have a lot of goals. So a good exercise with this that you can do is make a list of everything you would like to accomplish in this lifetime. And then go through so make a whole list of everything you want to accomplish, and then pick your top 3, and then go through and research those things. Find people who have achieved that, and then figure out what it is they had to do to achieve it. Who did they have to become? What did they have to experience? Where did they have to go? And then you can start checking things off that might not appeal to you. But if they all appeal to you, that's great. You may in fact be able to do it all. However, you're just going to want to take it one step at a time. and start with the number one. So if out of all of your top 3, the process, it feels like you're going to be in love with the process of all of those things, great, that's awesome. They could probably be all your thing. But you're going to want to start with 1. So pick the 1 out of those 3 that's the most important to you and get started on that journey. And you never even know, things could change. And let's say you start with the first one. So like for me, I wanted to be I wanted to learn how to teach meditation. I wanted to learn how to be a Reiki healer, and I wanted to read tarot cards. So for me, I actually just kept going in that direction, but then I found my coaching program, and I'm able to tie all sorts of stuff into my coaching. I'm able to teach meditation through my coaching. I'm able to do Reiki healing in my coaching. I'm able to do almost everything that I wanted to do. And eventually, tarot cards I've had to put on the side just because I've been in so many schools, but it's something that I'm still working on. And once I'm connected to the tarot the way that I want to be, and I'm super confident with it, I'm going to include it in my coaching. So I am able to have everything that I want, but I had to start somewhere, and I just had to focus on it. And then I had to fall in love with the process. I just started with what I could. And then the doors opened. My teachers came. You just have to trust the process. You have to trust the process, and then you have to show up every day, and you have to do something every day to get you to the goal that you have in mind. And the universe will open doors, especially if it's your purpose. And you'll know it's your purpose because you are in love with the end result, and you're in love with everything you're going to have to do to go through it, because that means you're going to be fine during the highs and the lows of the journey. You're going to put in the work. You're going to do whatever it takes to get this done because you love what is going to take to get there, and you love the end result. And now when you can tie that in with intentions and have intentions on top of that, like good, pure intentions. So if your intention is love, you want to spread joy, you want to spread love with your work or with what you're doing. And there's so many, basically all jobs can do this. You just have to want that as your intention. Or if you want to do something, like if you want to sail across the world because that was a dream that your parent had, you're honoring your parents. That's going to make you feel really good. It's going to feel like it has a lot of meaning to you. If what you want to do, you want to serve others with what you do in some sort of way, most jobs are a service job. Even if you don't think of them like service jobs, most jobs are still services. And they want, you can serve to protect, you can serve to enlighten, you can serve to spread joy, you can serve to teach knowledge, you can serve in so many ways. So if that's your intention, if your intention is like, I just want to serve and contribute and give back, and I want to fall in love with who I am, I want to show other people how to fall in love with who they are so they can go through their process and find their purpose. And just because I did it, so I can spread that knowledge. So anything I can do, I can show others how to do it too, so they can experience the same happiness. And so when you mix this goal that you are over the moon about, and then you're over the moon and in love, and like tears of joy just come to your eyes when you think about the process of becoming that thing that you want, and then you have this intention behind it to contribute and give back in a very powerful, meaningful way, that is your life purpose. You will experience eternal happiness. You will experience eternal joy. And if you can surrender yourself to that which is greater and just allow yourself to trust and show up every single day, your life will change. And you won't experience sadness. Okay, like in the way that you used to, at least. You won't experience sadness, anger, or any of those lower emotions in the way that you used to. I'm not saying that you won't ever experience them, but they'll be very temporary, because once you learn how to use gratitude on top of all of this and you're living your life's purpose, you're on your way. And there's always a start. There's always a start, which is the hardest part, is to just start. And then there's a messy middle of where you're figuring it all out. And then there's a glorious end, okay? So through that entire process, there's going to be ups and downs, and there's going to be days where you're like, this isn't for me, I'm a failure, I'm an imposter. But if you can just catch yourself in that moment and then go pray or go meditate or go do whatever it is to connect you with that which is greater, they will carry you. The universe, source, God, whatever it is, will carry you through the process and help you get there, because they will give you the strength, they will give you the energy, they will give you the motivation that you need to get where you want to go. So I really hope that you guys do this exercise and you have a lot of fun with it, and I hope that you guys are just overjoyed when you figure out what it is you want to do and figuring out the process of who you have to be and what you have to do to become that. And then find the support, find the accountability that's going to help you get there. That can be with that which is greater, that can be with a coach, that can be with a friend, that can be with a husband or a wife, that can be with a parent, a friend, it doesn't matter. Just have support in what you're doing and get someone to help you hold yourself accountable, especially if you think that you cannot hold yourself accountable. And if you're not to the point where you can just trust and surrender and give it to the universe or give it to God, then you're gonna really want to have somebody there to physically hold you accountable in achieving the goals that you have in your life. So I really hope that this video gets you guys pumped and excited to go set some goals and see what that means for you and your life purpose. And I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear what you've decided your goal is. What are you gonna go after? What do you have to do to become this? Who do you have to be? What do you have to align yourself with? I would absolutely be over the moon to hear about it, because I'm here for you. I'm here for your success. And that's why I trust and I show up every day and I do what I can to give back to you and do anything to help inspire you. And not only do I want to sit here and inspire you or motivate you, but I want to get you to take action. Take action and do these things. Get yourself a journal out and start doing the work. Do the practice. You're going to feel so much better. If you're eaten alive with anxiety or lower emotions, it's because you need to do something. That's all. Literally. Fear and anxiety, the cure is taking action. If you start taking action for your life, fear and anxiety go away, because when you're fearful and when you're full of anxiety, it just means you need to do something different than what you've been doing, because this isn't the way. Our emotions are just trying to tell us something. So are you ready? Are you ready to take the first step? Are you ready to start taking some action and change your life for the better? I hope so. And as always, if you guys like this video, please comment, like, share with somebody you think would benefit from my content. And if you ever want to reach out to me directly, you can reach me at any of the links below or follow me on other social media platforms. I'd love to be here for you. I'd love to support you, and I'd love to hold you accountable. Use these videos as accountability. Even though they're not live and I'm not talking to you, eventually I will probably be live. And just use these videos to hold yourself accountable. Just be like, okay, Heather's gonna teach me something this week, and I need to follow up with whatever she taught me last week, and I'm just gonna keep adding to the things that she's telling me. And that's how you do it. Hold yourself accountable. And if it's not me, find somebody else who gives great tips that you really align with, that is really helping you focus on where you wanna be and who you wanna be, and getting your goals going, and helping your health. Anything that makes you feel good, use them as accountability. If you don't have somebody in your personal life, find the support, find the accountability, because once you make decisions for yourself and have that on top of it, your life is going to skyrocket. It's going to go so fast. Things are going to change so quickly when you start just taking small little actions here and there. Not like once a month here and there. I mean, like once a day. Like, take one little small step each day to do something different, and you're gonna feel so much better. So I hope that this video helped. I'll see you guys next week.